Hey folks, how you doing? It's Alan from Vancouver, Canada, here with my good friend Mr. Bob Dylan, who's out in just the city next over to me. He's out in Delta, BC, and Bob's here to share some great advice with you today that he's been using for the past few years in his network marketing business. And that's what we're all about, is sharing good advice to good people like yourself. So, Bob, thanks for being here, man, and sharing some time with us today.
Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. So let's kick this off. Today's topic should be on something that's valuable to the people out there that are listening in. What's that topic that we're going to discuss today?
The topic is going to be need of having a system, a simple one, versus if you have a difficult one, it's hard to duplicate and hard to have people follow your steps.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so a simple system versus a hard system. So, just to clarify, what's an example of, let's say, a hard system to follow nowadays?
Hard system is going to be a set of books, more like hard literature, meaning like defining words, more like you can say like law. You're having law, you got specific words they use like MBA and MDs and all that. If your person doesn't know that kind of literature and stuff, it's harder for the person to understand. Harder for the person and takes longer to duplicate. So use technical words. You want to simplify the words so it's easier for the next person to understand.
Gotcha.
Okay? You should take, and the hard one is you got it's like basically more they will be doing is manuals. You got maybe what 20, 30 pages, maybe more. There could be manuals, right? But you got to put those manuals if you want into simple, plain English for a person to read and to understand. Okay? If you have the hard manuals and even hard videos, like basically explain it, oh, you're gonna do this, do this, do that, but you kind of forget the point is, okay, you want to do this. This what will be the results. You want to do this to help out one person this way, right? People are seeming to forget that part. So on a simple one, if you go like point A, you want to say, like say, hi, how are you? Like how to greet the person. You want to say, you want to greet the person. You want to stick out your hand, right? Say hi, greeting the person. But the other one says, go grab a person. It's in a hard one, right? You're gonna talk to the person. You just want to get them in, and you're gonna recruit them. How are you gonna do that, right? Simple ones. You explain it in simple words. If you like communicating with person is body language. More the body language you use, like if you say hi, you stick out your hand. Body language says hi, you want to be friendly, right? You're saying hi to the person. Then you go and play little conversations, right? You want to build it up like that in simple ways in videos. Now, how our literature or in literature saying this is how you want to do it. This is what will be your result.
Okay.
Okay?
So, can you give us an example of your kind of system that you would use to help people move ahead in their business? Like, what do you do for your students and for your teammates once they decide to either jump aboard, or if you're using the approach to get them to jump aboard with you?
What I do with them, we have a simple booklet in instructions. Okay, you got your people who you want to meet and introduce. So we go instead of telling the person you're out by yourself and go do it. You I would go with the person, train them, introduce them, show them what the step by step, what to say in the situation, and go talk to the person with them. Do all the information. Do the like first run a couple of times with them, greeting the person, follow this, follow the paperwork, everything with the person with a couple of times. So once the person got familiar on a 1 2 step, like how I do it, it's like a hands-on training. Then the next person can follow it easier. Whereas if you go by video or hard book manuals, person's hard to do it.
Gotcha. So, okay, great. So, if somebody wants to go and find a simple system that they can use to help them grow their company, what's a couple of key points that you want to point out for people so they can tell the difference between something that might be too difficult for them to follow or something that might be just effective enough and easy enough for them to run with?
Well, if you got a hard part, right, it will have you give you instructions of what to do. Whereas the simple one will tell you, okay, if you do this, this will be the response. If he says this, then you should say this. Next thing, like say, hi, how are you doing? Right? He says, I'm doing good. So the next one you say, okay, explain to them, okay, if you have a couple of minutes, I would like to show you some things. You ask the question, right? If the person says yes, then you go ahead and explain it. But in the hard things, they're going to say, you're going to, okay, go greet a person, right? Tell him, you're going to show him, tell him about it and show him the business. If he doesn't, go to the next person and tell him how to do it. If they say yes, then show him the stuff. If they won't, the easy way of just explaining it step by step is if the person in
Okay,
plain English
good
is what to
stuff.
do.
So, folks, you heard it from the man himself, Mr. Bob Dylan from Delta. Today's topic was on finding your own system, finding something that's simple enough for you to follow, but not too complex where it leaves you lost in the dark. If you've got any other additional questions, anything else you want to ask Bob about, Bob, is there a main website that you have where people can go to contact you if they wanted to?
You can go to my website, bobd,
All right.
vancouver.com.
All right, sounds good.
And you see,
BobDVancouver.com.
yeah,
You heard it, folks. Have yourself a great afternoon, great day. Bob, thanks for being here and sharing some time with us today. Thank you. And folks, have yourself a great afternoon. Thanks again for
thank
being
you.
here. And we'll see you on the next video lesson.
Bye, everybody.